Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm taking a look at another indoor mall. This is the Solomon Pond Mall in Marlborough, Massachusetts. This mall was built in 1996. The original anchor stores were Sears, JCPenney, and Filene's. And like with most malls, the Filene's became Macy's around 2005-2006, and the Sears closed in 2021. This mall has two arcades. It's got two of these WOW family entertainment centers, and this is the smallest one. It's only got one actual arcade machine in it, this one here, the Overdrive. The rest of them are just claw machines or vending machines essentially, which I don't really consider to be arcade machines personally. But luckily the other arcade's a bit bigger, but it was equally as dead. I filmed this video on a Sunday at about 1 in the afternoon. I've never been to the mall before, so I don't know if this amount of people is normal, if this is high or low. So if you've been to this mall before, let me know. Does this look crowded to you, or does it look dead? Now, in my opinion, I definitely do not feel that this is a dead mall. It may be dying or starting to die, but it seems to be doing okay at this point. And all of the escalators are working, so that's a good sign. From what I read online, originally this mall was supposed to be a high-end mall. Nowadays, I don't think I would consider it high-end. I would say it's probably mid-tier. It's definitely not low-end like the Eastfield Mall in Mass. And it's not high-end like the Sono Collection. But I'd say it's somewhere in between. It's probably like on the same level as Buckland Hills. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. If you take a look to the left of the Christmas tree in the distance, you'll see somebody wearing a yellow jacket. That's actually mall security. And I realized if I kept going straight here, I would have run straight into her, and she almost certainly would have seen the camera, so I took a left to go around the Christmas tree and luckily missed her. It's possible she wouldn't have cared that I had a camera, but I've heard too many stories of people getting kicked out of malls that I didn't want to risk it, especially this early on, when I've only got like 2.5 minutes of footage so far. So when I was doing research about this mall online, I found that I couldn't really find much information at all. All I could find is when it opened and the original anchor stores, and beyond that, there's really not much information on this mall. So if anybody knows any details or secrets or crazy stories about this place, let me know in the comments. Here's JCPenney, the only original remaining anchor store. So a funny thing about this mall is that it's absolutely full of these kids riding around on these motorized animals. I've seen those animals at other malls. I think at the Crystal Mall they had them, but nobody was riding them, or maybe one person was riding them. But they were throughout this entire mall. Like, you'd just be walking along and they would zip right past you at a pretty good speed. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they can do it without hitting somebody. And they've got to have run into somebody at some point. It must have happened. It's the center of the world. Here's the old entrance to Sears, which closed in 2021, which I think it closing in 2021 would have made it one of the longer lasting Sears. I think a lot of them closed in like 2017, 2018, 2019. So it stayed a bit longer here, but like pretty much all the Sears, it is closed. Going forward, as long as I remember to bring quarters with me, I'm going to try to get candy at each of these malls, assuming they actually have vending machines. And this time I tried the Mike and Ike's. Last time I had Spree. The Spree was kind of chalky, and the Mike and Ike's was fine. It didn't taste particularly stale, so I guess that's another positive for the mall. Their candy's fresh. It may not look like it on the camera, but that kid came within like 3 to 6 inches of me and almost knocked me over. That was a close one. Here's the second WoW arcade at the mall. This is obviously the bigger one, and it's completely empty in here. They have a lot of decent games. You know, you got your skee ball, the basketball hoop, that's a classic. They even have a pinball machine, which you don't see a lot at all. It's not a great pinball machine, but you know, it's there. And then they actually have 3 real video games. And they look like fun. I think the problem with these malls is a lot of these games are ones that they can get on like a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo console. So there's really no point to them coming into a mall and spending like $5 to play a game they might have at home.
On the other side of the mall. The other day, I was
Another thing I really like about this mall is all the skylights. You get a lot of natural lighting in here, especially on a bright day like this. Unlike other malls, such as the Hampshire Mall in Hadley, Mass., that mall had no skylights whatsoever, and it was very dark. You just get a very different feeling in that kind of mall. So now let's head up to the second floor. Something else that I read online about this mall was that a lot of people were saying it was run down and poorly maintained. I didn't see any evidence of that though. It looked clean enough to me. I mean, I didn't see any obviously very dirty spots or anything that wasn't maintained or falling apart. So if anybody knows what they're talking about, let me know in the comments because it looked fine to me. Here's the food court, and other than the Danbury Fair Mall in Danbury, Connecticut, this is the only mall I'm aware of that has a carousel in it, at least in my, neck of the woods. It's not as nice as the carousel at the Danbury Fair Mall, but it's not bad.
Center of the way. side of the mall.
Coming up ahead here, another security guard popped out in front of me. I think it might have been the same lady as the first time, but this time there was nowhere to hide, so I did have to cover up the camera for a few seconds. And the coast is clear. It kind of feels like there should be another store here at the end of this hallway here, but there's not, and there never was, because that's the parking lot out there. So it's kind of weird that that's just a blank wall. Seems like they could have either put windows there or put something up.
No, guys. Tiara? Or not
So don't go anywhere. As always, next I'm going to take a drive around the mall and we can see what it looks like from the outside. On the left there is the entrance we used to get into the mall. Here's the old Sears. And amazingly, they still have one of the Sears signs up. For the most part, those get taken down when the Sears closes. There's the old Sears Auto Center on the left. Let's take a little bit closer look at the old Sears parking lot. And I'm going to try to avoid going through this enormous pothole right there. This parking lot is a bit of a minefield. So if you ever come out here, just be aware of that. For some reason, they're using the parking lot to park school buses. Coming up on the left here is a park, according to the sign, but it looks kind of empty to me. I'm almost wondering if there used to be playground equipment here or something else there. So if anybody knows, did there ever used to be playground equipment there or anything else? Let me know in the comments. Here's the Regal Cinemas on the left, and maybe I missed it, but I did not see an entrance to the movie theater inside the mall. And there you have it. That's the Solomon Pond Mall in Marlborough, Massachusetts. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you'd like, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I do plan to have more mall videos coming up, as well as flea market videos, and who knows what other kind of videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.